Hey everybody!
That's right. Happy 420 here.
Happy 420 from the Beantown Beatdown.
Yep, we've been drunk and high all day. This is just Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg on a Wednesday.
yes. And all generously donated from a friend. All
exactly.
allegedly stuff.
Exactly. So, welcome to the Beantown Beatdown, ladies and gentlemen, on this good 420 episode.
Exactly.
So, let's get into some headlines. UFC 197 going down Saturday night. Go ahead and watch it. Of course, I can't watch it, but hey, those are the breaks. But I got an HBO boxing match on Saturday. Gennady Golovkin versus Dominic Wad. And, of course, I got a double dose of Bellator MMA, and Bellator kickboxing on Friday night. So that takes care of it because this is another reshoot and I'm drunk. So, Gabe, go ahead, man.
All right, cheers to that. So I'm going to be doing my segment called "It's Not Human Nature."
This wine sucks. Here, you can have the rest of this shit.
I'll have the rest of this wine as I'm explaining. Actually, fitting as I'm explaining alcohol and all that type of stuff. This is actually, for 420, I figured why not look into prohibition. Both alcohol prohibition and that we have this continual ongoing prohibition of marijuana in this country.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just, there could be an argument to be made that this might be worth it if it was actually, decreasing the number of people that take drugs, or if, incarceration was actually helping with that. But no, we have the worst of it, which is the incarceration, and we don't have the best of it, which is the rehabilitation. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. But like I said, I got nothing against weed smoking or anything like that. I think it just depends on the brain. I don't think it should be legislated to the law or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. People should know. And you're a citizen. You get to enjoy yourself. But then also you look out for your friends. You know how much your friends can handle and how much they can't, and you look out for them. But also as a citizen, we should have it like that enshrined that yes, part of the First Amendment is that we do have, the right to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. By the way, that wine is nasty. Oh, I'm never drinking that wine again. I've still got a bad taste in my mouth from that shit.
He was drinking the bubbly, fruitier kind, and now
the sangria, baby,
Yellowtail.
Exactly.
It was good. But yeah, then I can imagine that you drink regular wine after that. It's a little bit of a shock. Moving on.
Yep, and, moving on, of course, the Roberto Duran movie, Manos de Pedro, is coming out in August.
It's Hands of Stone.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that trailer at for the Pacquiao-Bradley fight. Of course, Roberto Duran was there that night, and it was awesome seeing that trailer. You got, of course, Robert De Niro playing Ray Arcel, the trainer of Roberto Duran.
Exactly, and it looks really inspirational and
and we got this Gomez guy who's playing Duran. I don't know what his name is. I'm too fucked up. But Usher Raymond is playing Sugar Ray Leonard in this movie, and that should be a good fight. I mean, a good movie. But that's really one of the movies I'm looking forward to seeing this summer. Looking forward to seeing that. Suicide Squad, and of course...
You said that came from a comic book, right?
Well, yeah, it's about these Batman villains who are hired by the government to go on these suicide missions, hence the Suicide Squad.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and Margot Robbie is in there from Wolf on Wall Street. She plays Harley Quinn. Will Smith plays Deadshot. Gigi Hadid plays a character, I think it's Poison Ivy or something. And, of course, Jared Leto plays the Joker.
Very interesting. Yeah. Fascinating, in fact. Fascinating.
Yeah, and, of course, another movie I'm looking forward to seeing this summer is, of course, Ghostbusters. Yes, Ghostbusters.
Redone in Boston town.
Yeah, and I was on the set when they were shooting the movie.
Don't say.
Oh yeah, I was right there in Chinatown. I mean, I didn't see the stars. I didn't see anybody shooting anything, but I did see the car. I saw the car, and I tried to be an extra in the movie. I was like asking hey, who do I talk to be an extra? They said we got enough people. So,
but you could have been part of history when they did the silver screen. Yeah, I'm really excited about this reboot of Ghostbusters.
Yeah. By the way, I mean I've been. By the way, with is it me or is Melissa McCarthy just getting more sexier?
I think I would agree that she's getting more sexier. She, you know, as a woman, as a comedy star, she then realized how to work it as well, cinematically. Sometimes you really need that cinematic charm in order to be, as good a comedian, as good a star.
Oh yeah.
In comedy or
oh yeah,
action, sexiness, what have you.
I mean, that is one chick I would just grab by the hair and just fuck her doggy style. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Hey. I would smack you for that one. But moving on.
Whoa! Oh yeah, one of Gabe's roommates is here, and two of the roommates are here, so that's gonna be dope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So moving on.
Yeah. So, anyways, I mean that Hands of Stone movie looks great. In fact,
yeah.
We were watching some old school Duran fights too. I mean, we were watching his fight with Davey Moore. Mm-hmm. I mean, the way he fucked Davey Moore up, and then of course there was that fight with Sugar Ray Leonard. We only watched half of it, although I've seen that fight a dozen times. It's still one of the best. I mean, that fight kicked off that Fab Four rivalry in the 80s and made boxing what it was in the 80s. I mean, Roberto Duran was really the baddest motherfucker in the lightweight division and welterweight division, and really is one of the best of that era. And I'm glad that I finally got to introduce you to some of that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and it's good to know what you see in it. It's good to see your nostalgia in it. Really, I think you have a lot of nostalgia for the old good fights, and I think that's pretty awesome. One thing I just said to you recently off air was I would encourage you to watch the Mad Men episode that's actually built around the Kramer versus Ali fight.
No, you mean Ali and Lester.
Lester, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I would definitely encourage you to watch that because it's it might be about its own thing. Mad Men is so introspective but also like kind of on edge and cool. You should like kind of look into that and then it actually. Like, even though it's periphery in all the characters' lives, it makes you feel like they were really connected to that fight. And, some of them in the show got seats for the fight that night. And I think you'd love to, like, feel like part of history, the way that they do watching that fight.
Well, yeah, exactly. And, that's another great era of boxing, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. That was the days when people got dressed up, and they had their suits and ties, and the ladies were looking gorgeous back in the day for the dresses that they wore. Everybody was drinking cocktails and wine, and,
right?
And that shit. I mean, let me tell you something.
It was very sophisticated and classy, which is interesting to think about nowadays, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, in fact, if Frank, Dean, and Sammy were still alive today, and we were watching. If they were still alive today, and those guys and I were watching boxing, like a Mayweather fight or something,
right.
We'd be there drinking Ciroc vodka, and I'd make my own little Boston candy apple, which I'm gonna debut sometime.
Nice. But yeah, so it's and again, getting back to our main subject, how alcohol is so much part of American Americana.
Well, yeah, most of the fights back in the days were sponsored by beer. They got Blue Pabst Ribbon back in the 50s and the
right.
60s, and like the 80s and 90s, it was all Budweiser and Bud Light, and of course nowadays you got Corona, which is a sponsor for Premier Boxing Champions. You see the commercial where people are watching the fights and mimicking the punches as they're drinking, and there's even one scene where you see Deontay Wilder, Leo Santa Cruz, and Danny Garcia at ringside just watching the fight and, and stuff like that. But, yeah, boxing and beer, they really do, they go together, man.
So, yes, interesting side note I had to make, about, as we're doing this Prohibition episode as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. And of course, Tecate beer as well. That's a sponsor for fights as well, and then
having traveled to Mexico sometimes, Tecate does bring me back,
Yeah.
For sure.
Matter of fact, one of my favorite commercials is, and I actually saw this a lot when I quit drinking for a while because I was part of that study.
Yeah.
It's Ray Liotta for 1800 Tequila. And Ray Liotta is there. He walks into a boxing arena. They're having a boxing match. He asks the waitress, give him a shot of 1800 Tequila. And he's sitting across this, across ringside, and he sees this chick. He goes like, raises his glass like, hey. And then she walks over and she has a glass of 1800 Tequila, and they just sit together and they're just watching the fights. I mean, I remember watching that thousands of times. It was 10 times worse when I couldn't drink, because at the time I was like, why do you have to show that commercial? Oh, damn it, son of a bitch.
Right, exactly. But the dream that it provokes, the wantingness that it brings, to be like, hey, let's chill out with some 1800 tequila, shall we?
Oh yeah,
It makes you feel like. I think that's what we want in a lot of these like sort of entertainment realms. We want to feel like we're chill in the lounge. We're chill in the lounge with a martini or tequila or whatever you got, Buster. But
yeah, exactly.
It's a very particular feeling that they've been very good at selling.
Well, yeah, especially when you got some good fights coming on. I mean, especially in April, we've had some good fights, and we got a. There's like a trip. There's like going to be 3 boxing matches in 2 nights next weekend. Premier Boxing Champions. I mean, that's one of those nights where you want your food and you want any kind of liquor you can get.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, last Saturday night, I was watching MMA, I was watching boxing, I had Bellator, UFC, Premier Boxing Champions. There was a boxing match on Showtime, and there was a boxing match on CBS Sports Network. I mean, I was drunk, eating food and shit. Those are the nights, if you're a diehard fight fan, those are the nights you dream of. And next weekend, that's definitely going to be the night I dream of, man. I'm going to be getting drunk. I mean, I'll maybe make my own Boston candy apple drink.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that spirit, let's move on. Was there anything else?
Well, yeah. There's another thing. I wanted to bring this up. Conor McGregor is reportedly retiring from the UFC. There's a rumors saying that he chose to retire because a fighter like last weekend died in an MMA bout, not in the UFC or Bellator, but he died of he lost by TKO and suffered some brain damage, and they're saying that kind of scared Conor McGregor. The other thing is that Conor McGregor refused to do fight promotions for his fight with Diaz, and in the rematch for UFC 200. So Dana White said that he pulled Conor McGregor from UFC 200, and it looks like they're gonna have to scramble to get another main event. Of course, if I'm Dana White, I make Amanda Nunes versus Miesha Tate the main event. I mean, women fights have done well as main event fights, so hey, why not this fight?
Exactly. All right, and I guess we're gonna wrap it up there then.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Fucked up and shit, but I'm still gonna edit it and do all this shit. And
it's a new experience today. It was definitely a new experience like any other. For the 420 episode is now the third reshoot. But we had fun today, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we got high, got drunk, ate some good food, and now I'm gonna try to edit this the best way I can, and then I'm gonna
peace out. Peace out for 420.
Yep.
All right.
So check us out on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/BladeKnucklesTV.
I'll be on him to get more blogs. Don't worry.
Yep. On Facebook, our page. Be doing that next week. So peace out, y'all.
Peace out.